The Periscope on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio with the host Fisayomi AJIBOLA every weekdays, Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You won't want to miss it.
A lovely morning from this side. It is Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, and it is time for Periscope. On Periscope, we get to look at what is happening in our environment. We look at national issues as it's developing. And today, it's not going to be an exemption. On Periscope this morning, we're going to give attention to the protest. Yes, the nationwide protest called by the Nigerian Labour Congress. You can ask yourself, why this protest? And after this protest, what next should we expect from the Nigerian Labour Congress and other trade union that are in support of the move of the NLC? I am OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA. Welcome to Periscope this lovely Wednesday morning. It is the second day of the month of August 2023. August, you will say the year is on the run. Yes, what that tells you is that whatever you have to do it quick, because the day or time waits for no one. Okay, going straight to our topic for discussion this morning. It's going to be an engaging conversation between you and I. Yes, I mean you, our listeners, those who have the opportunity of seeing us live on our social media platforms. We are especially live on Facebook at the moment. If you have the opportunity to be part of this conversation on Facebook, let's get to have this conversation together this morning in terms of you reacting to what we would be discussing this morning. As I said earlier, we will be giving attention to the ongoing protest in major cities in Nigeria by the Nigerian Labour Congress. If I say ongoing, yes, because some states are embarking, yes, on this protest from the by the Nigerian Labour Congress this morning. Okay, let's look at why the protest this morning. Why is the NLC going on strike, and why are they starting with this peaceful protest? Okay, the Nigerian Labour Congress at last Wednesday issued a notice to begin a nationwide strike on August 2nd to protest the removal of fuel subsidy amid an astronomical hike in the pump price of the petrol resulting from the policy announced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at his inauguration on May 29. While we thought that the presidency has deemed it fit to address the situation by doing a broadcast on Monday, unfortunately, the broadcast did not really reel out or address the issue the Nigerian Labour Congress is calling for. Though the broadcast was full of promises of what the president will be doing to Nigerians, opportunities that will be given to Nigerians so that there would be ease of business. But the Nigerian Labour Congress said more is expected that the idea or the cry of the Nigerian Labour Congress seeking for review in the minimum wage and also seeking for effective palliative schemes to cushion the effect of the removal of the fuel subsidy should be prominent in his speech, which eventually it wasn't. That made the Nigerian Labour Congress to insist on the protest. Twilight to the protest, which was yesterday, the representative of the government had a meeting with representative of the Nigerian Labour Congress and also the trade union. At the meeting, conspicuously absent was the Nigerian Labour Congress president, Joe Ajaero. And that sparked a whole lot of reactions that why is he missing in a meeting where the fate of the union is going to be decided. But immediately after the meeting, rumor came into town that there is not going to be a nationwide protest again this morning. But instead to sleep over it, the Nigerian Labour Congress on Tuesday night came out again to urge Nigerians to ignore this rumor, saying that it has suspended the planned nationwide strike scheduled to commence today. The Congress, in a statement signed by its national president, Joe Ajaero, said the protest will be held as scheduled across major cities in the country. He also talked yesterday that the Secretary General of the NLC, Emmanuel Ugboaja, who released the statement of the president, said that the Congress might reconsider its stance on the proposed strike action. Ugboaja's statement had led to a series of controversies with news about a possible suspension making waves around the country. But as of this morning, the protest kick-started in major cities. Amidst tight security, the protest is ongoing. Don't forget that when you talk of security, the acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, did say that the protest, well, it is their civic right. As Nigerian, you have the opportunity to organize a peaceful protest. But he gave a stern warning that it must not be hijacked by miscreants, hoodlums, that if such should happen, the Nigerian police force will not hesitate to show how much power is in its custody to deal decisively with anyone who is going to make or who is set to make the protest violent. As we talk, the labor leaders and others have assembled at the Unity Fountain in Abuja, and the protest, it's ongoing. Also in Lagos, the protest, it's ongoing. In Ogun State, the protest, it's ongoing. And across Nigeria, in some major cities, there are pictures of what is ongoing in terms of protest in those axes. If you look at reports we have in our custody, they said this protest, as at time of filing this report, is peaceful in Abuja. And there are pictures of how people were with placards, flags of Nigerian Labour Congress, showing that this protest, yes, displaying that this protest is peaceful, and the aim or the reason for the protest is to show the grievance of the Nigerian Labour Congress towards what they termed anti-poor policies of the present administration. If you look at some of the things in display on their placards, you will see writings or inscriptions. NNPCL, a private company, should not determine fuel price for us. That's one of what you will see on the placards that the labor individuals have with them this morning. Let's look more at some of the placards on display according to what the Punch is reporting. Okay, also on one of the placards, Tinubu, where is the palliative for workers? Okay, let's see how much true can this protest continue to be free and fair. On this edition of Periscope, we want to look at how the protest is going and really ask ourselves, do we need this protest and nationwide strike as regards this removal of subsidy? Don't forget, before the taking over of this administration, former President Muhammadu Buhari did announce that from July, the subsidy on fuel will be removed. And immediately, May 29, okay, from June rather, yes, President Muhammadu Buhari announced that from June the subsidy will be removed. But immediately, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in. His first speech on his first day of assuming the position of the president, it said, subsidy must go. And subsidy truly did went away. And after then, by May, June, and July, till date, we have seen changes in pump price of petrol like 3 times. We ask ourselves, how are we, or where are we going? Why is it that the pump price of petrol determines of other facets of how well other businesses would do? Immediately the pump price got hiked or skyrocketed, every other thing from food, clothing, shelter, anything you call it, skyrocketed also. Of utmost of it is even the exchange rates. That is on the high side. As we speak, a pound is almost a dollar is almost 1,000 naira, and also a pound. Now, we want to see reactions. If you're on the road, if you are privy to see where the protest is going on, feel free to take pictures and upload it or tag us on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio on our Facebook page. Let's see how peaceful can this protest continue to be. And also, do you think what we need at this moment is a strike action? Will the strike action not cripple the businesses we are trying to manage them all? This protest, is it the only language that our government understands before decisive action is being taken about the welfare of its workers? The president did announce in his speech that the states has been saddled with responsibility to take care of some of these palliatives. Some states have said that they are going to make a release of like 10,000 naira or thereabout to civil servants from July. And they said it's going to be effective for 3 months. That has even been greeted with another reaction, because many have said that is it only civil servant that is feeling the pain of the removal of the fuel subsidy. What about those who are not on the payroll of the government directly? Does that mean they are not going to be inclusive in any benefit the government is ready to share? Do you think the addition of money to in terms of palliatives is what we really need? The duration given by some states, like in Ogun State, the state did come out to say for 3 months, it's going to add 3 months, 10,000 naira rather, to the take home of all civil servants. What can that do? Could it be that the federal government do not have any other way or do not know any other scheme to explore to cushion this effect of the removal of this subsidy? Don't forget that sometimes immediately the subsidy was removed, the federal government did announce that for each household 8,000 naira has been budgeted to be distributed for each household. But we ask ourselves, do we have enough data to know who should be given and how this should be given? I think when that the initiative was greeted with a whole lot of negative reaction, the federal government did withdraw the idea and said they are going to come up with something that will be welcomed by the electorate. Well, could that be the reason why the state angle was explored? Where the state governments, virtually all state governments in Nigeria, is now coming up with different promises or initiatives to cushion the effect of these palliatives. Cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy by these palliatives. Let's get to hear from you. Do we need strike action at this moment of the economy? How peaceful can this protest continue to be? Do you think this protest can continue to be peaceful as much as possible? Now, especially, the Nigerians are hungry. Can we have a forum where the plight of workers can be discussed from the local government level to the state government level before getting to the federal government? The way it stands, the federal government and the representative of the union, the trade union, the negotiation has over time reached deadlock, like that of last night, where decisions or agreement was not reached. If the labor now, as in workers, now decided to boycott their duties, their official duties, from tomorrow, will the government not come out to tell us that if you don't work, you will not get paid? No work, no pay strategy. We have experienced that in Nigeria before, where state governors threaten its workers that it's going to be no work, no pay if you do not go to work. Even the federal government has done it with the ASU, when the academic union of university lecturers went on strike. The federal government did come out to say, if you don't work, you won't get paid. If the labor decided to go this path again, would the state government and also the federal government not say that if you don't work, you will not be paid? And if we hear of no work, no pay, how long can the strike action last? Even away from that, we have seen issues where unions express their grievance to government over what they don't want. And we have seen instances where there is always a breakout union from the principal union. Is NLC not going to experience another breakaway with this move to protest and also to embark on strike action to express their grievance or to show their grievance or displeasure toward what government is saying? We have even seen some labor executives who are saying say no to NLC nationwide protest. Would the government not use or not divide the house and use it against itself? How well can this protest, how well can the strike action by the NLC goes to show the government that what is in need or what we need is beyond what they have read out as alternatives? Yes, our handle on Facebook is Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. You can get there, and underneath this video you're seeing, drop your comments and let's discuss it. The conversation does not end here. The conversation is available online where we can get to talk about it anytime. Do you think strike action is what we really need? Do you think this strike action, this protest that is ongoing in major cities in Nigeria can continue to be peaceful? Will miscreants, hoodlums not take over the initiative of the Nigerian Labour Congress and other unions to protest peacefully? Would the security agencies not go out to do its job, immediately they noticed that there is going to be violence. And we are also going to experience loss of life in this protest. We have heard of issues where they say protest is peaceful and eventually individuals get killed. Can the labor union, who are the organizer of this protest, be responsible enough to inform all its members not to make this protest violent? And how well can the security agencies, who have beefed up securities in virtually every place that this protest is ongoing, will they continue to stay aloof or just watch and not react when it's about going or getting out of hand? Let's discuss this. Let's see your opinion on this protest. Do we need a protest? Do we need strike action? Let this conversation continue on our handle on Facebook. It is Al-IyamoyeTv/radio on Facebook. Other platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok also, it's available. But this morning, you can drop your comments via the Facebook page. I think we are having issues with the streaming of the content, but we are hopeful that it will get better as it is ongoing. But we won't allow that to be an hindrance to what we are doing this morning on Periscope. What we will do is, even with a poor video signal you're seeing, you can drop your comment as soon as you are able to. Then we will react and make it engaging and see how well can this protest achieve its aim. I remain OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA on Periscope this morning. Let's get to do this together. We want to make it conversational as much as possible. We want to see what reactions will look like, and it will be up for the rest of the day, not just for the few minutes you're going to see this video. Be rest assured that we're going to be reacting to your comments one after the other. Don't forget, if you have videos of what the protest is looking at your hand, don't hesitate to tag us. On Twitter, the Twitter community is awash with different pictures of how the protest is going in their various locations. Don't forget that you can get to tag us also. Let's see it. Let's see how much this can be peaceful enough. And by tomorrow, on Periscope again, we will look at how far it has gone. How peaceful has it been? What has the police done? And how well has the federal government responded to this protest? And will a strike action truly hold thereafter? Well, thank you for being part of Periscope today. Let the conversation continue on our Facebook handle so that we can get to share knowledge, educate each other on how Nigeria can continue to be a better place. Thank you as you go about your duty for today. Don't forget, we are always there to keep you company. We are always there to inform you about what is happening around us so that we can be responsible citizens. Good afternoon or good morning, and do enjoy the rest of your day.